Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome you all for Brahma-saṁhitā discussions. We are at Shloka 37 and we'll be continuing reading the purport from Shloka 37. So I'll just share the screen and then we can all follow. Okay. I just read Shloka again and the translation, then we'll continue with where we stopped in purport. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibha vidhabhis tabirya eva nijarupataya kalabhi goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhuto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So translation goes like this. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of ecstatic potency, possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidants, Sakhis, embodiments of the extension of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa. So yesterday we were discussing purport about the vibhavas of rasas, extensions of rasas, alambana, udipana, and we were discussing ashraya, vishaya concept. So where we stopped here. The gopis are facsimile ashraya of that rasa. Facsimile means exact copy, you may say. With them, Krishna indulges in internal pastimes of Goloka. Nija Rupataya. Nija Rupataya means with the attributes manifested from the ecstatic energy. So they are also expansion from Srimati Radharani, from eternal Swarupa Shakti, Chit potency. And means the attributes manifested from ecstatic energy, from Hladini Shakti. They are all expansions. All the gopis, Nitya Sita's gopis, they're all expansion of Hladini Shakti, transcendental pleasure giving importance to Krishna. So this is discussed here. And then the 64 activities in Nija Rupataya Kalabhi. I'll just explain this little from different angles, Nija Rupataya, what it means. Srila Prabhupada explains like this. When Krishna descends anywhere, he is accompanied by his own associates. These associates are not ordinary living beings. Krishna's pastimes are eternal, and when he descends, he comes with his associates. Therefore, Nanda and Mother Yashoda are the eternal father and mother of Krishna. This means that whenever Krishna descends, Nanda and Yashoda, as well as Vasudeva and Devaki, also descend as the Lord's father and mother. Their personalities are expansion of Krishna's personal body. That means Nija Rupataya Kalabhi. Now we have some associates of Radharani expand from her body. Some associates of Krishna expand from his body. Some associates of Balaram, his own Sakas, Balaram's closest friends, they expand from his own body. And none of them is Jiva Tattva. Of course, other Jiva Tattvas by sadhana, they achieve perfection, they come in the company of Nitya Siddhas. They become also Nitya Siddhas in that sense. But these, the closest circle is actually all manifestation of spiritual potency, their own bodily expansions. These are the eternal associates of Krishna in Vrindavan. Okay, so they are not ordinary living beings. They are expansions of Krishna's personal body. Maharaj Parikshit knew this, but he was curious to know from Shukadeva Goswami whether it is possible for ordinary human being to come to this stage by sadhana siddhi. So this is discussion between Parikshit and Shukadeva. Who are these boys who came, who are playing with Krishna? What fortune they perform? Is it possible for Jiva to come so close to God as these boys freely playing? Because he knew that these are expansion, the Nitya Siddhas, they are expansion of Krishna's own body, some of the associates. So here Prabhupada explained, there are two kinds of perfection, Nitya Siddhi and Sadhana Siddhi. A Nitya Siddha is one who is eternally Krishna's associates, an expansion of Krishna's personal body. Whereas a Sadhana Siddha is an ordinary human being who, by executing pious activities and following regulative principles of devotional service, also comes to that stage. Thus, the purpose of Maharaj Parikshit inquiry was to determine whether an ordinary human being can attain the position of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Yes, can attain that position, not to become Nanda Maharaj or Yashoda Maya, but can attain that position of devotee serving in that mood of Vatsala Rasa or Sakhya Rasa or Madhurya Rasa. No problem. You can become a gopi, you can become Sakha, you can become Krishna's friend, you can get association of Nitya Siddhas by doing perfection through sadhana. Okay, so here that was clear explanation of Srila Prabhupada that Nija Rupa Taya Kalabi, the Krishna's close associates are expression of his own body. In different places, Srila Prabhupada explains this point. All of the residents of Vrindavan and Dwarka, namely the covered man and the members of Yadu family, are eternally perfect devotees of the Lord. As Lord descends by his causeless mercy upon this planet, so in order to help him in the pastimes of the Lord, these devotees also come here. So you can see that covered men of Vrindavan and all Yadu dynasty, all are eternal associates of the Lord. You see, they are not ordinary living entities or conditioned souls. They are ever liberated persons, associates of personality Godhead. And just as Lord Krishna behaves like an ordinary man when he descends to this planet, so the members of Yadu dynasty and the residents of Vrindavan execute activities just like ordinary men. But they are not ordinary men. They are as liberated as Lord Krishna himself. In Padma Purana, Uttarakhanda section is stated, just as Lord Ramachandra descends along with Lakshman, an expansion of Sankarshan, and Bharat, expansion of Pradyumna, so the members of Yadu dynasty and the covered men of Vrindavan also descend with Lord in order to join in transcendental pastimes of the Lord. When the Supreme Lord returns to his eternal abode, his associates return with him to their respective places. As such, these ever liberated Vaishnavas are not bound by material loves of birth and death. So this is explanation clear, so that we understand that, not to see Krishna or Krishna's associates, Krishna's pastimes to be material. Janma karma chame divyam. Divyam is a transcendental, his activities, his pastimes, his associates, his abode, his qualities. Everything related to Krishna is spiritual, transcendental. Okay, so now again, Srila Prabhupada continues explaining. Lord tells to Satyabhama, my dear Satyabhama Devi, I have descended to this earthly plane by the request of Lord Brahma and other demigods. Those who are born into this family of Yadu are all my eternal associates. Krishna himself speaks. My dear wife, you should not consider that my associates are ever separated from me. They are my personal expansions. My personal expansion means Nija Rupa Taya Kala. From his own body, they emanate. This is what it means. And as such, you must know that they are almost as powerful as I am. Because of their transcendental qualities, they are very, very dear to me, as I am very dear to them. Anyone who becomes exhilarated by hearing of the pastimes of Krishna when he was present on this earth with his associates to be understood as Nitya Siddha, eternally perfect. So this is in Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada explains, giving that examples. So then Srila Prabhupada gives quotes how gopis are expansion of Srimati Radharani's body. Prabhupada explains this also. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. The plenary expansion of Krishna's personality are called Vaibhav Vilas and Vaibhav Prakash. And Radha's expansion are similarly described. Remember, we have this chart of all Krishna's avatars. But there is also a chart of Radharani's expansions as well, because wherever Krishna goes, there is a form of Radharani with him. If he is Ram, she becomes Sita. If he is Narayan, she becomes Lakshmi. And how many forms of Vishnu are there in Vaikuntha, can you imagine? And all are married. All they have their spouses. And all are expansion of Chit potency, spiritual potency. Srimati Radharani. Okay. The goddess of fortune are her Vaibhav Vilas forms, and the queens are her Vaibhav Prakash forms. The personal associates of Radharani, the damsels of Raja, are direct expansion of her body. Nija Rupa Taya Kalabehi. So this is what is mentioned in purport. From her own form, all the gopis are expanded. and they are expansion of Hladini Shakti, pleasure potency of the Lord. And therefore they are meant to please the Lord. Okay, an expansion of her personal form and the transcendental disposition. Not only form, but the mindset, the bow, the mood, different flavors. In another place, Acharya has explained that 8 principal gopis are 8 principal qualities of Radharani personified. So particular that quality is fully embodied, manifested in this particular gopi. So they have different mood, different attitude towards Krishna, different emotions towards Krishna, different way of serving. They are agents of different reciprocation of love in the pastimes of Krishna. Look how Srila Prabhupada puts it. No? They are agents of different reciprocation of love in the pastimes of Krishna, under the supreme direction of Srimati Radharani. In the transcendental realm, enjoyment is fully relished in variety. The exuberance of transcendental mellows is increased by the association of large number of personalities similar to Radharani, who are also known as gopis or sakhis. The variety of innumerable mistresses is a source of relish for Krishna, and therefore these expansions from Srimati Radharani are necessary for enhancing the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna. So Krishna enjoys varieties. Krishna enjoys varieties of flavor, varieties of approaches. It's not monotype, stereotype. It's not something, it's a spiritual, it's a splendor. The rainbow, all different varieties of forms, tastes, smells, and emotions, feeling, the reciprocations. Friends also, the different type of friends. Lovers also, the different type of lovers. Mother and father also, Vatsalas also, there are different varieties of people. Dasyas, there again, different varieties of dasas. Excuse me. Their transcendental exchanges of love are the super excellent affairs of the pastimes in Vrindavan. So now particularly the Shringara Rasa, that is displayed in Vrindavan. Why? Atmosphere is different. Only those devotees who are the most selfless, the most dedicated, the most loving of Krishna, they live there. Their mindset is just to please Krishna. They don't even bother, to that extent, they don't even bother Krishna is God or not. This is not a factor there. It's not that they worship Krishna because he is God. They love him. That's the consideration. That is really the highest stage. By this expansion of Srimati Radharani's personal body, she helps Lord Krishna taste the rasa dance and other similar activities. So you can see again, personal body expansion. So this is amazing status of the gopis. This is not ordinary thing. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jaiva Dharma, he says like this: the Brahma-saṁhitā is considered to contain the essence of Vedas. And within it, Lord Brahma cursorily mentioned the Nitya Priya gopis. Now we know that the divisions of gopis are given in Ujjvala Dilamani by Rupa Goswami, or Sakhis, Priya Sakhis, Preshtas, Sakhis, Parama Preshtas, Parama Priya. They are different divisions, Nitya Priya gopis. From the statement of Lord Brahma, it is clear that Nitya Priya gopis are eternal, transcendental to material nature, and are manifestations of spiritual potency. They are Nitya Lila. There, Nitya Lila is an expansion of the 64 arts. Kalabi, Swamsha, Rupabi, Shaktibi. Now, okay, 2 things are here explained. That Brahma-saṁhitā contain essence of Vedas. Why essence of Vedas? Because it explains the eternal position of living entity, that we are all servants of Lord, and you can serving in different 5 primary rasas. Okay, and explains that there is a board where that super excellent service is exhibited by the most perfect devotees who developed relation with the Lord. So Goloka is mentioned, but Vaikuntha was also mentioned briefly. Spiritual world is mentioned. Spiritual bodies are mentioned. Rasas are mentioned. And the topmost devotees are mentioned. And nature of their body, their position, their service, that status, their constitution is mentioned. The Nitya Priya Gopis means the expansion of his own body or her own body. Okay, the nature of they belong to the transcendental pleasure potency. They belong to Krishna's eternal associates are manifested from his own spiritual potency. That is explained. So that is the essence of Vedas. Vedas cha sarva aham eva vedyo. Vedas are meant to know Krishna. And Brahma-saṁhitā reveals the Krishna as a supreme enjoyer, surrounded by all the confidential associates, exchanging rasas, enjoying pastimes with that. Now, how these pastimes are manifested, this is hinted in the last, that there Nitya Lila is an expansion of 64 arts. Now, the 64 arts are mentioned here, that how this exchanges pastimes. What do they do actually? They enjoy. How do they enjoy? They enjoy through that activity of pastimes is manifested through performing 64 arts, which are listed now which are immediately listed in the Brahma-saṁhitā. Okay, here. Nija Rupateya means with attributes manifest from the ecstatic energy. The 64 activities in fine arts and crafts are the following. So what do they do? What do they do in spiritual world? Now here is mentioned. Gita, the art of singing. All these gopis are experts in Gita, art of singing. Now you see here is just listed Gita, art of singing. But then if you see Vedic knowledge of singing, Gita, Sangita, there's so many things to learn theoretically and practically. And all the mantras, intonations, and pitches, and rhythms, and particular sound will invoke particular mood, particular song should be sung in the morning, something in the evening, something at night, something when you want to increase happiness. Sometimes you sing different song to pacify the sorrow. Sometimes you want to invoke particular emotion, this particular tune, particular pitch, particular song, particular words. It's a science. It's not just, okay, singing. We are also singing. Yeah, but today singing is not so sophisticated, not so pleasing. If you see the Western music, it's a pain to the ears, sorry to say, but it's really horrible. And now, previously at least, you should know how to sing. Even 50 years ago in India, people who have voice, they would sing. Now you have voice or you don't have voice, main thing is you shout something and anybody understands or not. The rap and hip hop and all this techno, hardly you can understand anything what they say, You some shouting and some beat of the drum. Boom, 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 boom. And what is it? It's just disturbance, braying of a donkey. Donkey thinks I'm reciting poetry, but everybody else thinks it's just disturbing us. That's all. So why is it? Because people are not in Sattva Gun anymore. And not even in Rajagun. Rajagun mixed with Tamagun. And it's so disturbing that whether you know how to sing or not, you are a singer. Whether you know how to play instrument or not, now the computer is playing for you. People with no any qualification or knowledge whatsoever, And they produce that music in particular modes. Really, we are not at all into modern music, sorry to say, but it's simply disturbance, manifestation of lower modes. Invoke higher consciousness. But here, Gita or singing is meant to glorify Krishna, is meant to deliver, is meant to liberate. The great song of liberation, Prabhupada said, Mahamantra, the great song of liberation. You chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you get delivered by singing. No? So anyway, this is big thing. Okay, Gita, art of singing. Vadya, art of playing on musical instruments. Okay. So this is another thing. You learn from childhood how to play on instruments. And again, why? To glorify Lord. You can glorify Lord by reciting the mantra, but the mantra is accompanied by the beautiful music. It becomes more emotional. It more hits you. It more absorbs your mind. More senses are absorbed. And this is for our benefit, but it's pleasing to the Lord. Remember spiritual. Every word is a song. Every step is a dance. That means every sound is a music. Is pleasing. So this is art, Let me see, there's some quotes here. Let me see what quotes I have here. All right. Okay, so I'll read this maybe later. Let's see. Okay. So there's 64 arts. Okay, let's see. This is from 10 Canto quote. Krishna and Balaram went to Gurukul. What did they learn from Sandipani Muni? O king, those best of persons, Krishna and Balaram, being themselves the original promulgators of all varieties of knowledge, could immediately assimilate each and every subject after hearing it explained just once. Thus, with fixed concentration, they learned the 64 arts and skills in as many days and nights. In 64 days and 64 nights, they learned 64 arts and crafts. In one day, they learned everything about singing. I didn't learn. I think they teach. This is Bhagavan, you know, because this is extraordinary, you know. Not easy, you know. But look at this. What is the message? That human civilized beings should know 64 arts and crafts, or at least some of them, according to one's ability. No? But the Krishna's associates, they know many of them. Some are everybody knows. Prabhupada said for devotee should be Daksha, should know something of everything, something about everything, but in one field he should be expert. Okay, devotee should know something about everything. A little bit. So, can you imagine this? Nitya Siddhas, eternal associates of the Lord, they are expert in these things. So, now you know what God is doing. He's having fun. He has best singer, best poets, best jokers, best food, best, you will see the list. This is what is spiritual. This is how pastimes and rasa is relished, through the activities of these 64 arts. Okay, so here, they learn in 64 arts and skills in many nights. Okay, so I'll read later from the purport. Let's go through the list first. Nritya, art of dancing. Ras Leela is the topmost expression of the dance. The music, singing and dancing, all three are included in this Ras Leela. The music, singing and dancing. And the dances are this is called Ras Leela, that Krishna dances with the gopis. Natya, art of theatricals, drama. Alekya, art of painting. Vishesha Kachedya, art of painting the face and body with colored unguents and cosmetics. So these are different pomades, these are different, even for, could be used even for the medical cosmetics. Tandula Kusuma Bali Vikara, art of preparing offering from rice and flowers. This is offering from rice and flowers, not only offerings, but designs, decorations. Rangoli could be included there also, from the rice flour and even from rice, and different colors, different designs are made. Pushpa Starana, art of making a covering of flowers for a bed. See, this is another art which is lost now. Nobody is doing this. But people used to make different designs, particularly gopis in Vrindavan. They will make different beds of flowers, coverings of flowers. You will see all kinds of things are done with the flowers. It's very amazing. We have no clue today. Still in India, ladies at least put little flowers in the hair, you know, and that modern ladies, that's also gone now, you know, flowers, you know, in the Europe, I went to purchase some flowers and I selected some beautiful flowers. And just before giving me this, man pull up the spray and spray, smell on it. I said, hey, stop, what are you doing, you know? No, there's no smell. So I just sprayed, you know. Say, horrible, really shocking, you know. I didn't expect, you know. Flowers are looking so nice. I thought, oh, what a must be beautiful smell. And fellow is, sorry, I should ask you which smell you like. I said, you do every day. Yeah, people like, you know. So what, I'll get the, you know, yellow flower and you put rose smell. You know, what are you doing, you know? Meaningless, no? So, okay, I'll read you something about flower design. Look at this. Just let me see for a second. Okay, let me see for a second. Flower designs. Don't mind them, but okay. Okay, look at this. The Shastra describe, Avaracharya describe, the flower ornaments of divine couples. Because in Vrindavan, Krishna prefers flower ornaments. In Vaikuntha, he prefers jewelry. gold, and all kinds of gems. But in Vrindavan, he prefers flowers. Look what you can make from flowers. The flower ornaments divine couples are flower crowns, flowers in the hair, flower earrings, flower decorating the forehead, flower necklaces, flower armlets, flower sashes, flower bracelets, flower ankles, flower bodice, and many other kinds of flower ornaments. Just as these ornaments may be fashioned from precious jewels, gold, and other minerals, in the same way they may be made of flowers. Okay, look at this, the crown. The divine couple's crowns may be made of Rangini flowers, yellow jasmine flowers, Navamali flowers, Sumali flowers, Driti gems, rubies, Gometa gems, pearls, or splendid moonstones. This may be artistically arranged to construct beautiful crowns. Now we have a combination of flowers and the gems. Now, the crowns may be made with 7 points, and they may also have gold ketaki flowers or various flower buds among their colorful and beautiful ingredients. These crowns enchant the mind of Lord Hari. So beautiful crowns. So gopis are experts making these beautiful crowns with flowers, with gems. It looks beautiful and natural and fragrant and soft and inexpensive because gems are just available anywhere in Vrindavan. The flower crowns, known as pushpapara, are the best of all, and they are more pleasing than even the best jewel crowns, Ratnapara. Lalita Devi learned how to make these pushpapara crowns from Srimati Radharani. Now, Srimati Radharani is the topmost expert in 64 arts, and now you have this type of personality around Krishna. Now, you know how pleasing it is when you come in the company of some pleasant person. But or learned person, or who speaks nicely, or who looks nicely, or who is polite, or who understands nicely. Now these associates of Krishna, they're experts in 64 arts, which we are just going through. Then how fun must be with Krishna? Yeah? How fun, noble, good character. They are, and all intentions for Krishna's pleasure. Therefore, Bhagavan never leaves Vrindavan. It's very clear. Why? Because they are the best people, the best personalities, the best living beings, the best of best. And they know everything the best. And it's the fun, it's bliss, it's ananda. These pushpa para crowns are made with flowers and flower buds of 5 different colors, arranged in 5 points. These crowns are specially used to decorate Srimati Radharani. Now look at the details. Balapasya, a garland of flower buds and similar ingredients closely strung together and placed on the hair is called balapasya. Earrings. Skilled craftsmen say there are 5 kinds of earrings. They are known by the names Tandaka, Kundala, Pushpi, Karnika, and Karnavesta. Now they explain each one. 5 types of earrings. Tadanka. A hole of gold post worn in the ear is called Tandaka. The kind of earring is of 2 varieties. In the first variety, the petal of gold ketaki flower is attached to this earring. In the second kind, the petal of some other colorful flower is attached. Okay. Kundala, we are singing Damodarashaka now. Just Kundala is mentioned, no? Okay. When an earring is fashioned from flowers in order to resemble certain object, the earring is called Kundala. There are many different kinds of Kundala earrings. The flowers may be arranged to resemble peacock, shark, lotus, half moon, or many other things. So Kundala, that's at Kundalam, Gokula Vraja. So Krishna had shark shaped, yeah, but they are made of flowers in the shape of shark. You see this information, Kundala. Pushpi. The Pushpi earrings is fashioned from 4 different kinds of flower placed in circle with a large gunja berry in the middle. You know, gunja berry is a small round dried berries from the bushes in Vrindavan, which anyway signifies Srimati Radharani. Karnika. The Karnika earrings is fashioned from the wall of a blue lotus surrounded by yellow flowers. In the middle are Bringika flower and pomegranate flower. This is another earring. Karnavestana. When the flower earring is so large, it completely covers the ear. The earring is known as Karnavestana. So full covers, and in different designs, different shapes are given. Okay. Decoration of the forehead. A garland of flowers is placed on the upper forehead. Along the hairlines is called lalatika. Such garland should have flowers of two colors, red in the middle of the garland and the other color flowers on the two sides. Flower corals, armlets, shawls, flower ankles, bristles, flower shoes. They covers completely your feet, made of flower. See that? When the decoration flowers covers the entire top and side parts of the feet. And there are bunches of flowers in 4 places. Such decoration is called hamsaka. Flower bodies, parasol. Parasol is like a chatra, like a umbrella for the sun, made of flowers, made of thin bamboo sticks or any other sticks, Coach, shayanam, for laying down for Krishna, made of flowers. Awning. Awning is also canopy, which enclose particular areas so the sun doesn't disturb, made of flowers. So like that. Cottage, all cottage is made of flowers. How beautiful must it be? How pleasing to eyes to see and the smell and the touch, Okay, this is, for example, these are the some of the flowers arrangements. Okay, 9. Dashana Vasananga Raga. Art of applying preparations for cleansing the teeth, clothes, and painting the body. Okay, so different substances are used for cleaning the teeth and clothes and painting the body. Sometimes we say that this is the art also when you can color your teeth and the clothes and different parts of the body for festivals or for whatever different purposes is used. Mani Bhumika Karma, art of making groundwork of jewels. Now, apart from making rangoli with rice powder and colors, here you make rangoli with jewels. You see how that must be beautiful. Sometimes you can see people, they put a little bit for special occasions in this rich people's house, they put kind of some artificial jewelry in rangoli and like that. Shaya Rachana, art of covering the bed. Now these are all conducive for Shingara Rasa, particularly the way how you decorate bed, how you decorate the area, flowers are there. That's described in Ramayana also. Kamba also says that they were preparing bed flower for Sita to lay down. But once she saw the Ram, her body was so much burning that as soon as she lay down on the bed flower petals, that all will dry up in the second because of her intense love for Ram. Okay. Udakavadya, art of playing on music in water. Now they are water pastimes. But Krishna said, hey, let's sing and let's play instruments. Let's have, all the things, all the enjoyment in the water. So there is art of playing music in water. Udakaghata, art of splashing with water. Now this is another pastime of the Lord with boys and with the gopis also. Both are doing it. Chitra yoga, art of practically applying an admixture of colors. How to mix different colors for different purposes. Painting the bodies or painting the clothes or painting the houses or painting the area or whatever. The mixing of the colors may refer also to combinations of colors that you are wearing your dress or like that. Malya Gratana Vikalpa, art of designing preparations of wreaths. Wreaths these are flower designs, bouquets, I don't know how you call it, arrangements, flower arrangements, design preparation of wreaths. Shekhara Pida Yojana, art of practically setting the coronet on the head. So these crowns, coronets, how to put it, how to hold it, if you run, if you move, if you dance, doesn't fall off. Now remember in dramas we have all the time problem, they put that crown and great King Hiranyakashipu and crown fell down. Yeah, remember in drama we had Leslie. So we were not expert in Shekhara Pida Yojana. Nepatya yoga, art of practically dressing in tiring room, means how to dress yourself properly. No, that also we have seen in the middle of Kirtan, somebody's daughters went off, it was not tied properly. Patra bhanga, art of decorating the tragus of the ear. The tragus of the ear. Now the tragus of the ear, this is this is not exactly ear where you expect to put your earring in that portion, but this portion, this is called tragus. And now it's popular in the West, they're piercing it. And all this other portion of the ear also is decorated. So Karna Patra Bhanga. So gopis, they knew how to decorate. You see this small extension here on the ear, this is called tragus. Sugandha Yukti, art of practical application of aromatics. Now these different aromas, different smells are pleasing. I remember, you see, you are people in India. India is full of beautiful smells, all kinds of smells, but there are many beautiful smells. Agarbatis, dupes, sambrani, you have beautiful jasmine flowers, beautiful flowers, champas, really nice, pleasant smells when you go towards temples, such a smell. The West is kind of a little dry on smells, you know, kind of plain. I don't know, somehow rather difficult to explain. Because tropical climate here, maybe that fragrance is more felt. I remember first time coming to temple, and the first time I smelled this agarbatti, I said, wow, this, I just don't want to come out of this room, you know, just stay here. Whatever, let them do whatever they are singing and speaking, I'll just sit and smell it. It was so nice, so pleasant. We don't, you know, now they're putting these aromas, you know, in cars, they're putting in the offices, and, you know, but these aromas also, because they are natural, the aromas, they have all kinds of power. They have power to cure, power to stimulate feelings, power to relax you, power to remove migraines. So many things are there. You know. But these aromatics, again, remember, we are here in Vrindavan, we are speaking about Shingara Rasa, so you understand that is used to very pleasing, enhancing spirit, that mood of loving exchanges, aromas. Bhushana Yojana, art of applying, setting ornaments. Bhushana, how to properly put ornaments, how to decorate your body to look beautiful, attractive. Aindrajala, art of jugglery. Kauchumara, kind of art. Kauchumara is art of disguise that you dress yourself in such a way that even your close friend will not recognize you. You know. Hasta Lagava, art of sleight of hands. So different things are performed by the hands, by the sleight of hands. Chitra Shaka Pupa, Bhakshya Vikara Kriya, art of preparing varieties of salads, bread, cake, and delicious food. Okay, so expert cooks. Panaka, you understand, already understand. Panakam, very clear in Tamil, what is Panaka? Panaka Rasa, Raga Sava, Yojana. Art of practically preparing palatable drinks and tinging broths with red color. Now, different beverages are given for different climates first. Sometimes we take hot ginger tea in the morning or something. We are gross, not exactly. They have Panaka a little better than us, but you understand the concept. Concept is for different occasion, different thing. Now something gives you strength, something refreshing you, something cooling, something heating, something pleasing. But they are these very expert beverages to enhance the mind in Shringara Rasa. That's also that. Suchi Vaya Karma, needleworks and weaving. Needlework, different kinds of sewing, different kinds of embroidery, different kinds of ornaments, weaving, making your own clothes. Sutra Krida, art of playing with thread. Art of playing with thread means, refers usually to the puppets moved by the threads. Krida. Veena Damuraka Vadya, art of playing lute. Lute means veena, lute. Okay, veena, and small egg-shaped drum. Damaru. Now this is particularly, these two are played for particular type of music, particular mood. Prahelika, art of making and solving riddles. Riddles. Okay. Pratimala, art of keeping or reciting verses for verse as a trial for memory skill. Okay, all kinds of skill, memory skill, reciting up and down. Like even today, Pandits will remember shlokas and they can recite it up and down, reverse, and from front to the back, back to the front. Just displaying their memory skills, just showing off. So look how fun is around Krishna and the people around Krishna and the gopis. They know so many things. It's so impressive. These are all very impressive things to know. Durvachaka Yoga. Art of practicing language is difficult to be answered by others. Practicing language difficult to be answered by others. Okay. Pustaka Vachana. Art of reciting books. In North India, I heard they're chanting this Ramcharitamanas. Beautiful to hear. South India, we heard reciting of Samaveda. But here, Pushtakavat, art of reciting books. When you read the books, that intonation, that lively, your involvement is not flat. And then Krishna came and playing his flute and everything flat, That man is reciting. Not like that. But there is an art of reciting. When to emphasize, when to raise the voice, Why? Again, invoking emotions, projecting what book is written more dramatically, kind of. Anyway, I don't know. What do I know? Natika, Kyaika, Darshana. Art of enacting short plays and anecdotes, sketches, plays, anecdotes, other telling, enacting, performing to express the point for entertainment, for the pleasure. Kavya, Samasya, Purana. Art of solving enigmatic verses. Now again, they are intelligent that poetry has many meanings. So you can see sometimes shloka has double meaning, triple meaning, quadruple meaning. Or could mean this, or could mean that. No? What is that? Anyway, there are many shlokas have double, triple meanings. Patika Vetra Bana Vikalpa. Art of designing preparations of shield, cane, and arrows. Actually, it's making a bow and arrow from canes and ropes and clothes, like that. Tarku Karma, art of spinning by spindle. Okay, that is clear. Takshana, art of carpentry. Vastu Vidya. Okay, Vastu Vidya, art of engineering. Vastu Vidya is not just, place the rooms and doors and windows in particular position, but art of building the building itself. Its temples are building according to Vastu and houses like that. Raupya Ratna Pariksha, art of testing silver and jewels. See the quality of silver, gold, jewelry. Okay. Then Dhatuada, the art of metallurgy. Mani Raga Jnana, art of tinging jewelers. Tinging jewelers means that you put some shade on it, color, some tinge of different colors. On jewelry, what you can color them so they get a different shade, different reflections. Akara Jnana, art of mineralogy. Minerals. Govardhan is source of all minerals, and by those minerals, when they are grounded into powder, you can paint, you can decorate your body. Krishna uses for painting, for putting on his own face or his own body like that. Vrikshayurveda Yoga, art of practicing medicine or medical treatments by herbs. Now this is one that still in India, many people know home remedies by local herbs. And I want to speak of Ayurveda and, really Vaidyas and all the part. Mesha Kukuta Lavaka Yuddha Vidhi. So art of knowing the mode of fighting of lambs, cocks, and birds. Mesha Kukuta Lavaka. They will have these animals fighting, and they will have this, Kukuta, cocks and birds. They will be fighting, and somebody who knows how to enhance this, and it's kind of for entertainment. And nobody got hurt. Don't worry. It's a spiritual world. Shuka Sharika Prapalana. Art of maintaining or knowing conversation between male and female shukas, parrots. Cockatoos. Cockatoos is another English word for parrot. Now, how to teach your parrot speaking and answering questions? And we know very well that Vrinda Devi engaged in service hundreds and thousands of parrots, sending messages and arranging, arranging pastimes for Radha and Krishna. So how can you go tell Krishna's meeting place or something when all the elders are there? So parrot comes, lands on Krishna's ear and say, hey, 3 o'clock on Kushum Sarovar. Something like that. I'm really gross. I'm not really expert in speaking. Utsadhana, art of healing or cleaning a person with perfumes. Again, this is now the aromatic oils are there for healing or cleaning person with it. Kesha Marjana, Kaushala, art of combing hair. And not only combing hair, but coloring it in different colors, decorating it different, using different patterns, different way of tying, all kinds of things. Akshara Mushtika Katana, art of talking with letters and fingers. Art of talking with letters and fingers. Actually, there is another list in Bhagavatam given. If you give me a few seconds, there is a little different explanation given. Talking with letters and fingers. Akshara Mushtika. Okay, just give me a second. I'll just show you another list is there in 11 canto or in 10th canto, maybe in 10th canto, better to say. That will help me a little bit. The second list, okay. Yeah. So here, telling what is written in a book without seeing it, and telling what is hidden in another feast. So this is a little different explanation based on Prabhupada's translation in Krishna book. This is from 10th canto. So you see this, Akshara Mushtika Katanam, telling what is written in book without seeing it. Or telling what is hidden in another feast. You know, I put something, okay, tell what's in my hand. You know, children play this. But there is a skill how to know it. You know, even today, magicians, some popular magicians, they make big money out of it because it's great entertainment. Who does not love magic? Magic, everybody likes, whether you're a child or grown up, everybody likes to see some magic, you know. So here, this is the art. Okay. Mlechita Kutarka Vikalpa, fabricating barbarous or foreign sophistry. Sophistry is a cheating, it's a lying, it's a deceiving people. So barbarian, so fabricating barbarous. Now this is used in the jokes, for example. When you think of Krishna, Vrindavan, Gopis, we are not using it for business to cheat and earn something as barbarians do, but for the jokes among the friends, for the all kinds of, it's for fun. Okay, where we are. Desha Bhasha Gyan. Desha Bhasha Gyan means knowing languages of other countries, provincial dialect. Pushpa Shaktika Nirmiti Gyanam. Knows you how to build toy carts with flowers. Pushpa Shakatika. Shakatasura. Some cart to build with flowers. Yantra Matrika. Composing magic squares. Arrangement of numbers adding up to some total in all directions. That we've seen in Chitra Kavitwani of Srila Rupa Goswami. He writes verse and you can read it up and down, left and right. This is mind-blowing how Chitra Kavitwani, poetry in the pictures, unknown art today. Nobody does. It's lost. We have one book, Chitra Kavitwani, otherwise unknown. Nobody knows how to do it. Dharana Matrika, the use of amulets. Amulets are kavachas for protections. Samvachayam, conversations. Now, pleasing conversations, Samvachayam. Who knows how to speak, how to present something so pleasing. When Lord Ram and Lakshman met first time Hanuman in the Kishkinda forest, Hanuman didn't show his form at first. And Lakshman was very suspicious because so many demons were in the forest who could take any form, any shape, and they could speak nicely also. But after hearing Hanuman, Lord Ram said that this, just the way he speaks, you can understand he studied all the 4 Vedas, Vedangas, and the Puranas. And you can see just the way he expresses things, that this is pious person. This demon cannot imitate this. This cannot be imitated. The tone, the flow of the words, the links, the message, the pleasant way of how he delivered the difficult topic. Ram say, I already like him. I'm in love with this person. This is lovable. Just by hearing him speak, I understood, oh, this is a very nice person. And Lakshman was kind of, his duty, his service is to protect Ram there in the forest. So Lakshman, hold on. But Ram said, just forget it, this is good. But there's no question that this is demon, just by hearing him speak. Samvachayam, Hanuman was the expert. Manasi Kavya Kriya, composing verses mentally, just on the spot. In your mind, you create the poetry. This is Pandit, who can on the spot just create some shlokas in Sanskrit or whatever language they are using. Kriya Vikalpa, designing literally work or medical remedy. Chalitaka Yoga, building shrines, temples, or places of worship. Also includes the murtis, and there are different proportions, different, all system is there. Temple, if you see our temple we are building according to the Vedic Shastras, then you will see the elements are there. There's this podium, the pedestal, then there is a Padma course, then there is this course, that course, that, like represented different bodily parts of Vishwa, Rupa, representing the Lord. And when we went to Cambodia, Angkor Wat, we seen same elements there. It's a Vedic temple. It's based on Vedic culture. If you go to Dwaraka or Puri or Kedarnath or Trivandrum, you will see same elements in the temples. Though the top of the temples, Gopurams and Shikars look different, but the elements of building the main structures, you can see they are same, Okay, Kriya Vikalpa. That we did, and then Shaligram bin Shai, Abhidhana Kosha, Chandogyanam. Lexicography, Kosha. Kosha means dictionary, and the knowledge of poetic meters and chandas, Kosha and chandas. So, poetic meters. Vastra Gopanam. Now, this is interesting. Disguising one cloth off to look like another. So, I don't know what you do. I don't know. You make your chadar look like a sari or something, or you put from dhoti, turban, or I don't know exactly. But he said discussing one kind of cloth to look like another. So I don't know how is this done. Juta Vishesham, knowledge of various forms of gambling. Juta Vishesham means particular gamblings. Akarsha Krida, playing dice. Akarsha Krida, playing dice and playing with... now I have to see the another one. Akarsha Vida. Magnets also, yeah. Yeah. Art of, where is that? 60. Akasha Krida, art of playing with dice or magnets. Okay. Balaka Kridanaka, art of using children toys. Okay. Vinayaki Vidya, art of enforcing discipline. Oh, art of enforcing discipline means Vinayaki Vidya is overpowering others' will, hypnotizing, controlling mentally. Okay, let me see here. We have two, so I can check. So enforcing discipline by mystic power. Okay, Prabhupada says hypnotizing. Vajayaki Vidya, gaining victory. And Vitaliki Vidya, awakening one master with music at dawn. Morning, how you wake up the Lord. Even today, Ranganath is waking up that. And in Melkote also, Lord is awakened by singing and put to sleep also. Morning, slowly, softly, they start singing. Hardly you notice. People waiting for darshan, suddenly you notice some sound. What is the sound? Slowly he starts singing, very softly, and then slowly increasing. Then after sometimes start playing one small karatal, just make a little for rhythm. And then slowly increasing, and then slowly the other instrument join, and then darshan is open, and then becomes very big. sound like that, Hmm? Yeah? Yeah, in Tirupati also, Venkatesh Suprabhat. Okay. So, these are some of the discipline. Look at this. All these arts, I'm reading from purpose of the Brahma-saṁhitā, all these arts manifesting their own eternal forms are ever visible in the region of Goloka as the ingredient of rasa. And in the mundane sphere, they have been unstintedly exhibited in the past and Raju by spiritual chit potency. So look at this. All these arts, they have their eternal form in the spiritual world. And here they also manifested in the pastimes by Yoga Maya, by the spiritual potency, Yoga Maya. Okay. So now you can see the 64 arts in the exchange of rasa and the dealings with Krishna and the gopis. I'll read a little bit some quotes so you get some idea of different some of these arts performed by Krishna Balaram and also by the gopis. Here in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada says, after hearing only once from their teacher, Krishna Balaram learned these arts. Okay. In 64 days and 64 nights, Krishna Balaram mastered all these 64 arts, which is superhuman, no doubt about it. First of all, they learn how to sing, how to compose songs, how to recognize different tunes. They learn how the favorable and unfavorable accents and meters, how to sing different kinds of rhythms and melodies, how to follow them by beating different kinds of drums. They learn how to dance to the rhythm of melody and different songs. They learn how to write dramas, and they learn how to various types of painting, from simple village arts up to the highest perfectional stage. That was all done in one day and one night. Daytime they will learn, nighttime they will practice. Prabhupada said, by the dawn, by the morning, perfection achieved. They also learn how to paint tilak on the face by making different kinds of dots on the foreheads and cheeks. Then they learn the art of making paintings on the floor with a liquid paste of rice and flour. Such paintings are very popular auspicious ceremonies performed at household affairs or in the temple. They learn how to make resting place with flowers, how to decorate clothing and limbs with colorful paintings. They also learn how to set valuable jewels in ornaments. Okay. Now they learn how to put diamond in the gold. They learn art of ringing water pots. Water pots are filled with water to a certain measurement, so that one beats on the pots, different tones are produced. Pots are there and you fill with water, and definitely according to the less quantity of air, the sound changes. Different tones are produced, and when the pots are beaten together, they produce melodious sound. What an amazing musical instrument is that. They also learn how to splash water in rivers or lakes while taking a bath amongst friends. They learn how to decorate with flowers. Art of decorating can still be seen in various temples in Vrindavan during summer season. It is called Phula Bhadi. The dais, the throne, the walls and ceilings are fully decorated, and a small aromatic fountain of flowers is fixed in the center. Because of these flower decorations, the people, fatigued from heat of summer, become refreshed. You see the effect of flower design. Krishna and Balaram learned the art of dressing hair in various styles and fixing helmet in different positions on the head. They also learned how to set up the theatrical stage, how to decorate dramatic actors with costumes and with flower ornaments over the ear, and how to sprinkle sandalwood pulp and water to produce nice fragrance. They also learned the art of performing magical feats. Within the magical field, there is an art called Bahurupi, by which person dresses himself in such a way that when he approaches friend, he cannot be recognized, disguised. Krishna and Balaram also learn how to make various syrups and beverages required at various times, having various tastes and intoxicating effects. Okay, because for enjoyment, that Varuni, remember, was used. They also learn different types of sieving and embroidered work, and as well as how to manipulate thin threads for dancing puppets. This art includes how to string wires on musical instruments also. So that thread, experts in thread, not only puppets, but how to string the musical instruments, such as veena, sitar, esaraj, tambura to produce melodious sounds. Then they learn how to make us solve riddles. They learn the art of how even adult student can very quickly learn the alphabet and read books. We have to get this art today. We are people of Kali Yuga. Then they learn how to rehearse and act out drama. They also study the art of solving crossword puzzles, filling up the missing spaces and making complete words. They also learn how to draw and read pictographic literature. Pictographic literature. In some countries in the world, pictographic literature is still current. A story is represented by pictures. For instance, Prabhupada explains, a man and house are pictured to represent man going home. Krishna and Balaram also learned the art of architecture, how to construct residential buildings. They learn how to recognize valuable jewels by studying their luster and colors. Then they learn the art of placing jewels in gold and silver settings so they look very beautiful. They also learn how to study soil to find minerals. This study of soil is now greatly specialized science, but formerly it was common knowledge even for the ordinary man. They learn to study herbs and plants to discover how they would act as medicine for different ailments. Ailments. By studying the different species of plants, they learn how to crossbreed plants and trees and get different types of fruits. They learn how to train and engage rams and cooks in fighting for sport. They learn how to teach parrots to speak and to answer the questions of human beings. They learn practical psychology, how to influence another's mind and thus induce another to act according to one's own desire. Sometimes this is called hypnotism. They learn how to wash hair, dye it different colors and curl in different ways. They learn the art of telling what is written in someone's book without actually seeing it. This is interesting. They learn to tell what is contained in another's piece. Sometimes children imitate this art, although not very accurately. One child keeps something with his feast and asks his friend, "Can you tell what is with it?" And the friend gives some suggestion, although he actually cannot tell. But there is an art by which one can understand and actually tell what is held within the feast. Krishna and Balaram learn how to speak, understand the language of various countries. Not only did they learn the language of human beings, Krishna speak even animals and birds. Krishna could speak with animals and birds language. And this is Bhagavan, no? Evidence of this is found in Vaishnava literature compiled by Goswamis. Then they learn how to make carriages, airplanes from flowers. It said that Ramayana, that after defeating Ravana, Ramachandra was carried from Lanka to Bharatvarsha on a plane of flowers. Pushparata, Pushpa Viman, famous, no? Krishna and Balaram learn arts of foretelling events by seeing signs. So seeing different omens, signs, you can foretell events. In a book called Kannada Vachana, the various types of signs, omens are described. If one is going out, one sees someone with a bucket full of water, this is a very good sign. But if one sees someone with an empty bucket, this is not a good sign. Similarly, one sees a cow being milked alongside its calf, it's a good sign. The result of understanding these signs is that one can foretell events. One can tell something auspicious or inauspicious will happen. And Krishna and Balaram learned that science. They also learn the art of composing matrika. A matrika is like a crossword box with 3 numbers in each row. If one adds any 3 from any side, it will come to 9. The matrikas are of different kinds and for different purposes. So it goes on. Prabhupada goes through all 64 arts. Okay? Now, I'll just read a few more quotes just to get the idea of Gopi's expertise. Look at this. For example, Gopis playing instruments. Look at this. Shastra says like this. Shri Lalita very expertly plays Brahma Veena, beginning with the sound of Shrutis, 22 different tones. The beautiful Vishaka plays the Kachapi Veena in various sweet ways. The Rudra Veena is played by the beautiful Suchitra, who is expertly manifesting difference in Swara, Jati, and Prabheda, varieties of melodies. Champakalata plays the Vipani type of Veena in different Murchanas and Talas, melodious and rhythms. Ranga Devi plays Vilasa, also type of Veena, manifesting different Gamaka, vibrating notes. Beautiful Sudevi plays the Sarangi in different ragas. Tunga Vidya playing the Kinnara Veena showing nectar of the Rasa Mandala. Indulekha plays the Swara Mandala. This is similar to Santur, what you have still today played, and easily manifests different swaras. So look at the gopis, they all play different experts playing different instruments, you know. So here, all other gopis also, the Sakhis of Radhika and their follower, engage in this way, playing various musical instruments. Someone plays mardala, someone plays mridanga, which produce wonderful talas, not heard in this world. Someone plays the muraja, resembling a large flute, and someone the upanga, percussion instrument. Hearing which one loses his composure. Percussion instrument means like a drum, makes a good rhythm. So you lose your composure and you start dancing, you start moving, enhance you to dance, you know. Someone expertly plays the damaru, which is very dear to Shiva. Others plays various instruments, even karatals, and this way Rasamandala is filled with sounds of various musical instruments. Who can properly describe the exquisite sound of the musical instruments played by Śrī Radhika and her Sakhis? And then there is a list of different gopis, expert in different things. Champakalata can artistically fashion things from clay. Chitta Devi read between lines of books and letters written in many different languages, perceiving the hidden intentions of author. So all the gopis have different skills, expertise in these 64 arts. So, okay, I will stop here because the time is over. There is no way of ending this topic. 64 arts and crafts that gopis are experts in, entertaining, pleasing Krishna, giving pleasure to Krishna in exchange of rasa with their beloved. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much for hearing, and we'll have one more. We have to go through all purpose of this shloka. So one more session we'll have discussing this shloka from Brahma-saṁhitā. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande.